Good afternoon, guys. It is currently Wednesday at about 2:20, and I figured some stuff out this week. The things I talked about last week about how I was just having a problem overscheduling myself, I had a little come to Jesus with myself this weekend when I was planning this week's schedule, and things are going a lot better, and I will get into that in a little bit. But first, someone commented a few weeks ago that I should do a desk tour and show you guys what I use as a writer, and I love watching those kinds of videos, so I thought that would be really fun. I'm definitely getting a lot of questions about the stand that my laptop is on that helps me write at an angle, which I'm going to show you guys because of all the things I've bought for my writing setup in the last couple months. That one has helped me the most, especially just in terms of pain. I was dealing with tennis elbow and it's pretty much gone now, which is awesome. But anyway, okay, let's get to it. I want to show you my writing desk, but actually first, before we get into that, I'm going to dig up some footage and put it here of my old writing desk. I lived in a little studio apartment in Queens for 7 years, and for the first 3 years I didn't have a desk. The place was too small. It took some organizing to finally create this little space, and for 4 years this was my zone, and I was so proud of it when I had it finally put together that I posted about it on Instagram. So when I moved back to Dallas, as you can imagine, I was really thrilled to find an apartment with a built-in desk. And not just any desk, but this desk is enormous. Like, I don't know if this video is going to do it justice. I've got this gigantic printer that, I mean, this thing is a behemoth, and you know, it fits fine. The only drawback to this desk is that there's no way to run the cords down beneath. So as you can see, Rosa's got her little zone and there's no cords or anything, which means I've got kind of a mess going on back there. But other than that, I mean, it's amazing. There's all this cabinet space. There's space above it. It's just like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this desk. Still 2 years later, it means so much to me. Yeah, seriously, when I moved into this apartment, I could not stop texting pictures of this desk to my friends. And I didn't have a lot of the stuff that you see here because I didn't have room for it in New York. So this has been like a slow accumulation over the last 2 years of some of the things that I have bought. I will say this, I have been wanting to do this little desk tour for a couple of weeks now, but I have been putting it off because I ordered something and it just arrived yesterday and I wanted to wait to film this video until I got it, and that would be a brand new MacBook Air. The MacBook that you've seen in my previous vlogs I got back in 2015, and it has been holding up really well, honestly. If I didn't have a YouTube channel, I think I would be using that laptop for quite a bit longer because it's perfectly fine for writing and, you know, doing things on the internet and watching Netflix and stuff like that. It's making videos, exporting videos, editing videos that iMovie was just crashing on me 1 to 3 times per editing session. And honestly, I've been wanting to upgrade to Final Cut for a while now, and I just didn't think my old timer laptop could deal with it. So I got this brand new MacBook Air, and I haven't even had it for 24 hours yet. This thing is brand new. So I guess I will go through everything I've got on my desk here. Pretty much everything that I'm gonna show you, I have linked in the description below if you're curious and you wanna check it out for yourself. So here we go. We'll start with the new Air. Actually, we'll start with the case. I really like this case. I think the company that made it is called Ubbi, U-B-B-I, but you know, it's linked below if you wanna check it out. We'll do a little ASMR because it's got this cool cloth-like texture. We'll open it up. It is, as promised, incredibly fast. I mean, again, I've only had it for not even 24 hours, but so far it's been just incredible, and it looks so neat and organized, and I love it. Okay, let's go on to this thing. This stand. I'm totally blanking out on the company name, but again, it's linked in the description. So okay, I'm gonna set my camera to the side so I can use 2 hands and not like break my laptop. So first I'll show you here, there's this little lip that can close, and it obviously helps keep the laptop from sliding down. There are a lot of different levels at which you can, so you can change the angle, you can have it lay a lot flatter. I guess there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 angles if you wanted to put it there. Probably put it right there. When I actually got this, I got it actually to put my laptop in my lap. See how it's cushioned at the bottom? It's nice and soft. So it's great for the car, or if you like writing in bed or on the couch or wherever, and it's really comfortable for that too. And you can also use the angle feature or just write, you know, keep it flat like a table. I had been looking into these for a while because of the tendinitis, tennis elbow, whatever issues I was starting to have. And the one that I was seeing most on YouTube, it looked really cool. Honestly, it looked a lot sleeker than this one, but it was like, first of all, it wasn't adjustable. And second of all, this, imagine this wasn't here and this didn't have hinges. So it just like, it's basically like this. And they never said anything about it, but I could see the laptop bouncing a little bit whenever they would type, and I just knew that would annoy me so much that there was no way I would ever really want to use it. This thing, between the cushiony bottom, it doesn't slide around, it doesn't bounce at all. It's really firm, like writing on a table. Like, honestly, I know I'm going on way too long about this thing, but this is in a lot of ways my favorite thing on this desk because it has eliminated pain in my arm. Writing at this severe angle like just has done wonders. So yes, love this thing. Next up, probably the second biggest game changer for me is this Acer monitor here. I got it last year. I have no idea why I waited so long. I think it was on sale for $80 and it's a little bit more now, maybe over 100, but I would buy it at that price all over again. Just, you guys have seen probably from my vlogs in the past, like having an outline or a beat sheet open on this thing and my document in my story open on the laptop. It helps so much. All right, what else? I've got my AirPods. I don't know are these necessary to be a writer? Some might say yes. These pens, which I actually do have linked below, I really love these pens. I've used them for years. They're my colored pen of choice. I use them when I'm revising. I've actually got an extra pack in my cabinet overhead, Papermate Ink Joy Gel. They just work great. They don't really bleed through all that much. They come in a lot of good colors, and these are like revising essentials. And I guess the last thing here is my planner, which I have talked about in the past. I used Passion Planner for a couple of years and I really, really loved them, but I wasn't using this. This is last year's planner. As you can see, I kind of gave up on it. I mean, I was like using the little to-do list at the bottom, but this, I know there's a word for this and I'm blanking out right now, but just having an hour by hour calendar of your day, I don't do that, and I didn't need it, especially last year because I wasn't going anywhere. I didn't have any appointments, I didn't have any events outside of my apartment, and I actually tried for a little while to like block off, you know, 9 to 11 is gonna be writing on this project and 1 to 3 is gonna be doing this copy edits or whatever, and it just didn't work for me. I tried doing it in advance, like to make a schedule for the week, and I tried it the other way around, like every time I would finish working in a block of time, marking out in the planner. And it was just like a level of detail I didn't need, and it made me not want to use the planner at all. But I love Passion Planner for the mind mapping and goal setting features that it has. So I looked around a lot and found this Clever Fox planner. It has like all of the goal setting stuff in the beginning. I like that it puts all of the monthly calendar stuff at the beginning and then all of the weekly calendar stuff at the end. I don't know why, but I do actually like that better, but that's, I'm sure, personal preference. It might not be your thing. I have warned you guys in the past that my planner is not glamorous, but basically you've just got, here's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, every day of the week, and you can just do kind of a bullet point list. You can set a goal for the day. Here's your priorities for the day. So the week to-do list, like day by day, is on this side, and then this is more of like a weekly overview. What's my week's main goal? What's my week's main priorities? You've got an overall to-do list, a personal work to-do list, personal to-do list, habits and skills if you want to check off every day that you're doing a certain thing that you're trying to make a habit, life balance to-do list. Mine is woefully empty. And then just like a little brainstorming space. This week's wins, lessons learned, how I'll improve next week. I need to use these features more, but I really like just, here are my tasks that I have to do today. So yeah, that's just, I think I finally found the planner that fits what I'm looking for, but everybody's different with planners, I know. Not everybody needs all that mind mapping stuff. I just find it really helpful every couple months, and especially at the beginning of the year, to sit down and make some really big picture goals that I can focus on so that I make sure I keep just growing, not just with work, but everything, you know, because I think it's really easy to just kind of stagnate without realizing it. This might be going a little deeper than I want to get in this vlog. I think I have one more thing to show you guys on my desk. I feel like I've covered almost everything else. But one other thing I have hanging out back here is this ring light. Now you can see my cord horror again. And yeah, I just turned this on. It's gonna wash everything out when I'm about to vlog. It's just set up right behind my laptop and it works great. Okay, so here was my grand epiphany for this week. I was making my schedule on Sunday and I realized I was doing the same thing that I grabbed about in my last vlog, which was I was looking at my daily, like Monday through Friday schedule, and I was trying to cram in every bit of work I could in the day. I was playing the how productive can I be every day game. And even though I was aware of it, I was still trying to do it. I was still trying to think, oh, well, I can knock both those projects out in one day and get them done. And then I can, you know, catch up on Dragon Balloon because somehow I feel like I'm behind by writing, like, I was setting ridiculous word count goals for myself, guys. I'm not even gonna say them. I was cramming stuff into every day. And I realized it's because I had this mentality of, I know I need to slow down, but first let me get everything off my plate. And by everything, I mean literally every deadline I have, including Dragon Balloon. The thing is, when you're a freelancer, your plate's never empty. I think the reason I feel this way, and I think a lot of freelancers feel this way, is because we fear the empty plate. We don't want to not have work. You're always afraid that more work isn't going to come. So for example, right now, I have a couple of potential clients for May and June, but nothing locked in yet. And I know things will come through. Things have come through for the past 2.5 years steadily. I know it's gonna be okay. Editing Michelle here. It's Thursday, the next day, and guess what? Something came through. I've got a couple of contracts for May and June, so everything's fine. Everything's fine. But there's just a part of me that's like, what if I literally all of a sudden everything drops off and I have zero work? And what that pushes me to do is to say yes to more projects than I want to take on in a single time period and crank through them as fast as possible to earn that money, because I'm constantly afraid that the money is going to vanish. That's just how it is, and I need to figure out how to deal with that, because one, as a freelancer, you do want to be smart and responsible and plan for the fact that there are going to be ebbs and flows in your work income. Absolutely true. But two, doing what I'm doing and constantly trying to do as much work as possible in every single way is just going to burn me out, and that's not responsible or smart or how I need to approach running this business that I run, right? So, oh man, this was like, it was so hard. But what I did on Sunday was I looked at my calendar. I actually looked in Asana and saw all the ridiculous tasks I had assigned myself every day. And I forced myself, starting with Monday, the very next day, to cut them down. I took that rule. Carol Brown has said this rule many times, and I've always thought it's so wise, and it's exactly true. Plan your week or your month or whatever like you're going to have a cold. Just assume you're going to be operating at like 60 to 70%. And then what you assign yourself to do, that's probably actually what a full work day is. And I finally applied that Sunday night. It was hard because after I did it and I rearranged everything, I kept looking at Monday and Tuesday and going, but I could do so much more than that. Guess what? I couldn't do more than that. I didn't even finish my Tuesday to-do list. There was one task that got left off because my new laptop arrived and I had to set it up and do the transfers, and I couldn't use my laptop. And you know what? That's why you have to schedule yourself at 60 to 70%, because things like that are constantly happening. I also noticed some other ridiculousness that I had done in Asana. Like, for example, next Thursday, I am going to do a short presentation for TLA. That's the Texas Libraries Association, their annual conference. This has been a goal of mine since I moved back to Texas because, y'all, if you're a middle grade author, Texas libraries are like the reading list in Texas, it's just like, it's a huge deal. And I'm so thrilled that I am going to get to be a part of it. It is, of course, a virtual event, and I think that maybe allowed them to be even more inclusive and invite more authors to participate, which is fantastic. So I have to prepare my presentation, and part of what I want to talk about is how I am going to be doing a book club tour for elementary students in the fall, and I need to put together a flyer and like explain what the rules are and how to participate. And I had like tacked that on, prepare a presentation and a flyer for a tour to do like next Monday at the end of the day, as if it was just going to take 15 minutes. No, Michelle. Preparing a presentation, even a short one, is going to take like a full morning. That's the kind of thing that I'm constantly doing. So I worked that into my schedule, and here's the funny thing. I can still easily meet all my deadlines. I can still potentially get to 50,000 words on Dragon Balloon, but you know what? Even if I fall a little short of that, I'm gonna have well over half of this book written by the end of this month without really breaking a sweat, and that's a huge accomplishment. So yeah, I am really, again, I can't stress how hard this is for me, but I'm really gonna try to continue scheduling my days to be operating under the assumption that I am going to be functioning at 70%, because 70% is like the actual reality of my realistic good work day. And what 100% is just like actually 130%. It's ridiculous. It leads to me feeling stressed because even though I did a ton in a day, I didn't get all the things done because I set too many tasks for myself. So I know none of this is probably like mind-blowing epiphany for anybody else, but it's like I talked about last week. It was a lot harder to self-identify this problem, whereas if I saw another freelancer struggling, I would probably be able to see what they were struggling with right away. So all that said and done, Dragon Balloon is now at 13,000 words. I am extremely pleased with how it's going. I read through that terrible dialogue I talked about last week, and it does still need some work, but I will say it's not quite as bad as I thought it was at the time. I think, let me know if it's like that for you in the comments. I think that happens a lot. Like, we write a scene and we're like, this is trash. And then when you give it some time and go back and read it, you're like, it's like only 70% as trashy as I actually thought it was. So I am now at 13,000 words. Hopefully by the time this video actually goes up on Friday, today's only Wednesday, I will have a couple more thousand words added to that, but I'm feeling really good about it. My most important Camp Nano rule with Dragon Balloon was to have fun writing every scene. And some things came up in the last few scenes I read where characters who I didn't think were gonna be in the scene showed up. One character has revealed a little something about himself that makes him tie into the story in a way I hadn't expected, and I ran with it. So far, having done the beat sheet and the zero draft instead of my usual super strict detailed outline is really working for me, because it's allowed me to have the spontaneity that I admire in pantsers, and which, like, that's the reason I want to be a pantser, is I just like exploring the story as I write and letting myself run with new things as they come up if you know, inspiration strikes. And I'm also still really enjoying using the Save the Cat software, which I think a few comments, maybe last week's video, maybe before, asked if I could do a full review on it, and I definitely want to, but I'm gonna use it for like, I've been using it since December. I want to use it for a little bit longer and like really get most of this book done so that I can explore all of the different features so that I can do a really thorough review of it. But I'm really enjoying it. I just really love having that beat sheet, and yeah, it's been great so far. So that's it for this vlog, I think. I am going to get back to my shorter, more manageable to-do list. I think all I have left for today is to do an hour or two of beta testing on that video game, and which is super fun, by the way. Oh my gosh, it's been a blast to play so far. I love it. And yeah, let me know how your writing is going, how Camp Nano's going if you're doing it, in the comments below, and I will see you guys Monday with another video. Bye.